Hey everyone, Richard here, and I have my box of comics back from CBCS from Tucson Comic Con. So let's just get into this. All right, like I said, I got my box of comics here. Uh, Full disclosure, I'm getting over being pretty sick. These have been sitting for about a week now. So if you see me randomly cut or something, I'm just saving you having to hear me hack up along or whatever. So if I sound different, look a little different, it's because I've been sick. But this has been sitting and I've been wanting to get into it. So I'm going to go ahead and cut here, get into this box, and we're going to go through how I did on my return. Uh, there's either 5 or 6 books in here. I don't quite remember. But yeah, 1 second. Let's get into this. Check out our grades and our books. All right, got, I believe, 6 books here. I don't know the grades on them, so we'll just go through them, see how we did, and yeah, we'll just talk about it. So first book. All right, so this is the original art. So the grade doesn't matter on this one. This is just an art label. And this is the Spider-Gwen I had done by Tim Seeley. I paid $50 for this, and he did it in about like an hour or two. So really quick commission. It was my only commission for Tucson Comic Con. And I'm pretty happy with it. He's wrote for Spider-Gwen, but I don't believe he had done any artwork for it. So I wanted to get something by him just because he is directly connected to the character. And yeah, now I have this one in my collection. Another little Spider-Gwen piece of original art. And again, for $50, like full sketch cover, there's zero complaints there. And it looks nice in the hefty art slab. I don't like getting grades on art because I feel like that kind of detracts from what the point of the art is. So yeah, there's that one. Pretty happy with that. All right. Next up, okay, so this is the Death cover by Chris Bocciolo, I believe is how you say his last name. I always forget. I don't expect this to be high grade. It is a fairly hard to find book. But despite everything that went on with Gaiman, I am still a big fan of Death, and Chris Bocciolo's work on Death is meaningful to me. So I wanted to get something signed by him, and I think this is probably one of the better covers of her. It was a lot to get his signature. I think I was in line for over an hour just for the signature. He likes to talk, which is not a bad thing with the creator, but when there's a line, it definitely adds up. But anyway, let's see how we did. 7.5. Yeah, that's around the range I was expecting, maybe an 8. So I'll take a 7.5 off white pages. Signed down here in the corner. Again, this is purely a PC book for me. It's not something I ever intend to sell or anything. It's just for me and my collection. Yeah, really cool guy. Meaningful character to me. Yeah, there's that one. All right, next up. Okay, so this is the Spider-Gwen cover. This is signed by Will Spartacio. I'm hoping for a high grade on it. I kind of doubt it'll get a 9.8 because there is some color rub happening back here on this corner. I think that's really the only thing wrong with it, but I do know CBCS can be pretty tough on color rub. So it probably has an outside chance at a 9.8, but I wouldn't bet on it. Really, I'm just hoping for 9.4 or better. I'll probably show the color rub a little more clearly after we take a look at the grade. 9.6, yeah, that's kind of what I expected. I would have hoped for the 9.8, but I didn't really think it was possible. There is color rub down in this corner. I don't know if it'll show up on camera, but down here there's, it's not like a ton, but it's enough that it's noticeable. But it's just a Spider-Gwen cover. Obviously I collect Spider-Gwen, and it's sort of an homage cover. So really cool. Will Spartacio, really nice guy to meet. And yeah, again, this is fully personal collection. I think all of these books are actually personal collection. So yeah, there's that one. So next are my 2 Star Wars books signed by Dave Barclay. I said 2 because I was kind of stubborn. One of them I'm pretty confident will get the 9.8. The other I know it won't. I'm just not sure how low it will go. So I decided to send both, and I could decide later if how much I care about that grade attached to it. But yeah, let's go with this first one. All right, so this is the Jabba one. Dave Barclay did the mouth movement and one of the arm movement puppeteering for Jabba. So he is from the original movie, really cool guy, and this is the cover that I preferred, but I know it won't grade super high. So let's just see how we did. 8.5. So kind of in the range. I was hoping for at least a 9. It has some minor issues, mainly spine ticks and color rub. But still, it presents really nice. I may end up keeping it regardless. We'll see. Jabba is just one of 2 characters that he's particularly known for. I just like how dark and bold this particular cover is. And his signature looks really nice there. Pops in the green. So there's that one. Alright, so here's the other one by Dave Barclay. The other person he helped puppeteer was Yoda in Empire Strikes Back. He was one of the primary puppeteers. And yeah, this is the one I'm fairly confident this is a 9.8 book. I looked at it. I even had it pressed. So if it doesn't get a 9, I'd be really surprised. But pretty sure this one's a 9.8. This might end up being my keeper. Depends again how I feel over time. But yeah, okay, cool. 9.8, white pages. Again, Dave Barclay, Yoda, right there in green. And this is an image from Empire Strikes Back, which is the one he worked on. So yeah, nice puppeteer Yoda book for my collection. I'll definitely be keeping this one. It's just whether or not I end up keeping the other one over time. But yeah, very happy with that. Adds to my Star Wars collection, which has really kind of become the focus of my graded collection, is my signed Star Wars stuff. So very happy with that. Definitely a PC book for me. And the final book, this is my Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. It is the newsstand variant. Don't really have expectation for a grade on this. This book was actually a gift to me many years back. But it was an opportunity to get it signed by Kevin. And I was like, yeah, it's a keeper book for me regardless. So why not add to that? And it got an 8.0 white pages. I will take that. And not super high grade. I knew it wasn't. That's not kind of what the importance of this book is. But I was a big fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, particularly the animated show, growing up. So kind of a special book to me. My love for the Turtles grew beyond that over time, but the animated stuff is really the root core of my love for the Turtles. So seems like an appropriate one to have signed by them, or by Kevin rather. And meeting Kevin was really cool. Class act guy. Super happy to talk, shake your hand. And yeah, there's that. So that is all for this return. They all look great in the slabs. I have no real complaints. The Spider-Gwen being a 9.6, I kind of wish it hit the 9.8, but I expected as such. But otherwise, don't really have any disappointments. All personal collection books for me, with the exception of maybe one of the Barclay signatures. We'll see. No rush on moving it regardless, but yeah, that is everything. So hopefully you all enjoyed that. Hopefully you're all doing well out there. Hopefully no one else is sick like me. I'm probably gonna lay back down after this, but wanted to get these open because they've been sitting for close to a week now. So yeah, that's everything. Hope you're all well. Take care, everyone.